The Center for Research and Policy Development held a press briefing and forum on Wednesday, gathering key stakeholders to discuss findings from its latest study on the participation of youth and women in Gambian politics. This survey aimed to understand public perceptions on the inclusion of women and youth in Gambian politics, identifying opportunities and obstacles to their meaningful participation at both local and national levels. The event convened government representatives, civil society organizations, and policy developers, providing a platform to highlight the unique challenges faced by young people and women in the Gambian political era. CRPD's broader goal is to create a more inclusive political landscape by empowering these groups to actively shape the nation's future. During the event, Seth Matijau, CRPD's Afrobarometer project director, presented an overview of the research and highlighted key findings. He noted the study's primary objectives, which include identifying barriers to participation and examining cultural, economic, and organizational challenges that hinder women and youth from taking on leadership and decision-making roles in Gambian politics.
We look at perceptions of inclusion of women and youth in government, and then we saw that across the political spectrum, the perception is that women and youth remain underrepresented in both party leadership and national governance. These are what we are seeing, and that despite women comprising more than 57% of the voting age, if you go to the National Assembly, I think only 3 women, if I'm not mistaken, that were elected, and 2 nominated, and all that. And so these are things that basically the participants highlighted. And if you look at the quote here, women and youth participating in Gambian politics is slowly improving, but there are still significant challenges. Although more young people are getting involved, especially with encouragement from youth wings in parties like ours, women face more barriers. There is still a strong societal perception that politics is not for women, which limits their participation. So with the perception survey, we just asked what you think, basic things, but here we are also trying to understand the reasons why those challenges exist. So we also look at youth engagement versus women. A recurring theme was the observation that youth participation, especially in party campaigns and activism, is increasing more rapidly than women's representation as well. And I think this is also due to the presence of youth wings within political parties, not only gaining momentum, but we also saw what participants are saying, that the participation of women and youth in Gambian politics is crucial for our democratic development. While there has been progress, we still face significant challenges. So those are things that we try to highlight. So even as you can see from the quantitative survey, we saw that there's a huge majority of Gambians that want the quota system, the affirmative action to be in place, and that's what the citizen think. And this also is in line with also what these youth political actors are also saying, that the lack of formal quota system in the Gambia has contributed to the limited representation of women in national governance and party leadership positions.
The Director of Research and Knowledge Management at CRPD noted that the survey paid particular attention to women's and youth involvement in politics, posing critical questions to gather insights on public attitudes.
We also did a key informant interview in which we are not just asking people yes or no, true or false, did you agree or you did not agree. We use the KII to ask probing questions such that we will be able to merge what people give in opinion survey. We will be able to probe their mind to see whether what they give us yes or no actually tally with what is in their mind, to corroborate and have a report that speaks to the socio-political reality of our environment. And as well as we did a desk review. So it's like a three-in-one report, a desk review, a KII, and as well as an opinion poll survey.
The findings reveals that citizens recognize similar challenges in electing youth to the National Assembly as those faced by women, particularly in terms of societal willingness to support young and female candidates. CRPD Program Manager Mariama Davis further explained the survey's evaluation of legislative performance and government efforts to bring in the draft constitution back to Parliament.
And then also the perception of citizens on how well the last elections were organized. So you can see that the age cohort of 18 to 25 were not very impressed. There's only 41% who said that it was well organized, as opposed to 63% of those aged 60 years and above. And then citizens' opinion about the performance of the Gambian legislature. If we focus on the top part, that's this one, which is the national average, you can see that Only 2% are saying that it is excellent, while we have 36 and 35% saying it's either bad or not so good. So it's like we're not doing well in this area at all. Maybe there's more sensitization needed. And then we have citizens' opinion on discussions and efforts to bring back the draft constitution. And you can, if you also focus on the top part, you can see that we have 12% say that they have limited knowledge, 4% say that they are aware of the current efforts, while 38% said they were not aware. So it's like government went ahead with whatever they were doing and did not bring people into the platform for them to have a say.
Ansumana Sise, Senior Program Assistant at the National Democratic Institute, expressed pride in partnering with CRPD on this significant research journey.
We wanted to understand the perspective of Gambians. Why do they think that young people and women in general are not ready for to take leadership role, so that we can tailor our programs, our upcoming programs, in order to boost or improve those numbers. So basically, that is the reason for this research.
This study also reveals that a significant majority of citizens, 81%, will be willing to vote for a female candidate, with women showing stronger support, 88%, compared to men, 73%. According to CRPD officials, this study is set against the backdrop of the Gambian's ongoing democratic transition, aiming to find ways to effectively incorporate diverse voices into political structures and governance processes. The Center for Research and Policy Development is an independent, non-profit, non-partisan organization dedicated to promoting inclusive democratic governance in the Gambia. Reporting for Kirfatu, I am Ramatulai Jao.